What's up guys, Chasing Layla here with episode number 23 of Welcome to Wroxham. If you missed Friday's video, do go check that out because what happened there was I went through all the new transfers, the new signings. We've overhauled the entire squad. Players have come in from the Premier League and from actually playing professional football in league. It's weird. It's odd. It's odd. We've signed some players. Anyway, we've also got new kits. That was a shiny thing we did. Anyway, so today we're going to play in our first game of the season. It is the Regional Challenge Cup, as always, at this level. And we're playing Coventry United, who are in the division below us, which is, of course, hopefully going to lead to some goals in this episode. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the other side of the intro. So here we are then on the other side for our game against Coventry United. There's nothing to catch you up on because it was all in the last episode. So we just need to go beat Coventry United and see if we can get ourselves off to a flying start this season. It's been an interesting one. So our starting lineup for today, then we're going to go with a whole bunch of newbies. There are in fact only 2 players in the starting lineup who've played for us before. So Harness starts in goal. It's Jeffcott, Casey, Forbes and Ali at the back. Emir Hughes plays as the defensive midfielder. Kieran Matten returns alongside Louis Marsh. Atto Ampa and Terrell Pennant are the wingers, and Trey Lucas, of course, starts up top. Why would you not play the human goal machine that is Trey Lucas up top, given the choice, really? On the bench, we have Narcisse, Starbuck, Barnes, Tarima and Chibueze. They aren't necessarily the best players. They are just the most versatile players I have. With only 5 subs, I've kind of got to go for versatility. Make sure I have cover, although, of course, we don't play goalkeepers on the bench because goalkeepers on the bench is for chickens, and we are not chicken. So here in the dressing room with our shiny new kits, which is always good. My favourite for a reason, go out there and make sure that you've no doubt as to why. That's pretty good. I think we're going to go make an instant impact, go do just that. Midfielders-wise, we're going to tell them to dominate the midfield because they are capable. Of course, Trey Lucas, just score goals, buddy. That's what you do. That is your entire game plan. So let's have a little look, see what we have got in terms of our position. Jamie Forrester feels like he's a player I know. Is he a player I know, or has he just got the same name as a player I know? He played for Hull, so I've definitely come across him at some point in a save, I would think. Decent career. I guess we'll not read too much into that. Anyone else here whose name is jumping out at me as being impressive? I don't think so. There's no one who's like super jumping out as name-wise. About the bench, nothing on the bench that I'm going to worry too much about. So let's just kick this one off and let's see if we can just dominate the first game of the season, I guess. Corner for us, and it's Emir Hughes taking it immediately into the box. Gorman heads it away. Kieran Matten picks up the ball. Casey, it's really annoying me that the back of the shirt has that stripe across it. We'll fix that later on. Great, whatever that was. And we've I was so distracted by the kit. Yeah, we'll carry on, We've had the first attack. It wasn't a great attack, but we attacked, and that's what's important. Casey now with a free kick for us. Ball goes forward over the top. Terrell Pennant going to try and chase it down. Leg, though, picks it up. Big ball forward. Picked up by Forbes, though. Forbes finds Kieran Matten. Kieran Matten to Amper, who gets tackled. Ballard with a big ball forward. Casey will sweep that up. Plenty of time for him. Casey now back on the ball, receiving it from Jeffcott to Kieran Matten. Back to Casey, who's slowly trying to become, I think, something of a fulcrum of this team. As Hughes plays out wide, looking for Terrell Pennant. Can he get into the box? Finds Marsh. Marsh with a pop from very close. Kendrick gets in the way. Gorman headed out to Amper. Lucas at the back. Oh, come on. Trey Lucas would have buried that last season. I'm not sure I like what's happening here. I've just noticed that Casey is also our captain for this game, which is interesting because I didn't reset the captains. Good stuff. Ballard looking for Wally, finds Hughes instead. Kieran Matten finds Amper. Can Amper make an instant impact on his debut? Cuts inside, has a pop, and he's kind of, I don't know if he did that on purpose, but he's played that off of Elliot Legg to get the deflection into the goal. I think it's unfair crediting that as an own goal from Elliot Legg. I know he was the guy that touched it last on the way into the goal, but if you look at this here, he's deliberately played that off of Legg. He wasn't looking for a cross there. He's played the off of leg to get it into the net. And, I mean, ultimately, that does mean we're 1-0 up. Right, so Jeff got to Kieran-Matt and Amper on the ball. Gets savagely brought. That's got to be a straight red. That was the two-footed tackle animation. And they're down to 10 men. They're missing a player. They've put a striker to left back as far as I can tell. Curtin puts the ball forward now to Casey, and we should absolutely take them apart at this point. Jeff Cott all the way back to Harness, to Forbes. We've got time, we've got space. Ali on the ball now, making a run left-hand side for us to Hughes. Hughes over the top of Trey Lucas, who still doesn't finish. He was offside anyway. But Trey Lucas, I'm afraid, is just not. He's not picked up where he left off last season. That's a bit of a concern. So half-time is upon us, and we're not really going for the jugular here. You'd think we'd be wanting to get a nice clear margin so we can have a bit of a rest in the second half, but apparently the boys aren't thinking like that. Can we do it? Keep going, we can get a result here. Come on, guys, that's unacceptable. Right, hands on hips, pump fists. Actually, I'm going to say your defensive work's been pretty solid. That's been good. Midfield-wise, I could probably stand to see a little bit more. We've got the ability to make a difference, so let's go do that. And attack-wise, I mean, I think we're just going to say we've got faith in Trey Lucas to score, because we can't not have faith in to do it. He got 40 goals last season, so we know he knows where the goal is. He just hasn't found it yet. Right, Harness now with a free kick, goes short to Forbes. I'm starting to have a look at Marsh, who is not having the best game of his career. Started a little bit slowly for a guy who I thought was going to be the fulcrum of all our kind of attacking efforts, as Amper gets into the box off an assist from Trey Lucas, puts it away. Finally we've got a goal. Oh, it's been declared offside. We're not going to see a replay of it, but you know, that would be too easy. I'm looking at Louis Marsh, I'm looking at Terrell Pennant, who I thought both of these guys would be big creative forces for us this season, and it's not really happening for them. So, starting to have a few questions, but I guess we'll fix that as and when we need to. Louis Marsh has come back into the game, so maybe all is not lost for him. Throw in now for Coventry. So I was just looking at substitutions. I'm trying to work out what I want to do. I think it's going to be Ali that comes off for Aaron Barnes. That'd be a good sub. Kieran-Matt with the ball forward to Ampa, though, the goal scorer. Goes back to Casey, who is by far our man of the match, it's got to be said. So Ampa didn't score. It was disallowed. Good brain, good. Jeff got to Kieran-Matt, ball into the box. Chibueze, who's just come on as a sub, gets a goal with what was essentially his first touch of the game. We've done some good teamwork to get there. Casey, as has been the case actually throughout this game, doing very well to create it now. I'm almost tempted to take him off and let him get his flowers. But, you know, let's not count our chickens before they've hatched and all that kind of stuff. We are sending on the new left back, though. We will take off Ali and send in Barnes, because that feels smart. And just sort of a look at who is needing to be replaced or is not performing, or, you know, I don't know what to do here. I think what we're going to do actually is we'll take off Emir Hughes in a second, see how this plays out. Jeff Gott's picked that one up to Casey. Casey on the ball now finds Ampa. Let's keep that sub back for now. Ampa with a big ball crossfield looking for Chibueze. Won't find him because he's gone too deep, but Chibueze will pick up that loose ball from leg. Barnes to Hughes. Hughes, plenty of time back to Forbes. Forbes, what can he do here? Ball over the top looking for Chibueze. Chibueze in the box again, has a pop. It's come off the legs of, I think it was leg again. He almost had a second own goal to his credit. And lucky escape. Lucky escape for them is what we're saying here. I'm not happy with how Trey Lewis hasn't scored yet, but I also need very aware of the fact that I need to think through the next. So I think it's going to have to be Marsh, actually. Now he's booked and starting to underperform again. We'll send Joe Starbuck in there. Forbes, all over the top, looking for Chibueze. Chibueze, what's he doing there? Come on, buddy. You get yourself in a position like that, you've got to finish it. Not really the one, but it's fine. As I said, Louis Marsh being withdrawn. Largely just because he got booked. I know his performance was dropping, but it was mostly because he was booked. There's Barnes now on the ball to Hughes. Hughes, ball forward, looking for Chibueze. Bit of a wayward one. Kendrick gets it clear. Sparrow heads on. Hughes will pick that up. Finds Starbuck. Kiera Matten back through to Starbuck. Has a pop. Trey Lucas at the back post. Can't put it away. Sparrow. Chabueze will pick up the loose ball. Bad first touch. And Hughes just hoofs it into and through, apparently, the stand. Just wasn't the one, Amir. But, you know, you've done okay holding that defensive midfield role up. So we're not going to give you too much stick in this game. As we start ticking away, I am a bit disappointed we've not battered them because, you know, 10 men and all, but I guess we're just taking it easy. It became a known quantity. We'd get a victory today, and the boys have stepped off. But Caelan Casey, man of the match, captain, first game, I don't think I can have too many qualms about that, if I'm completely honest. We're going to go into the dressing room, though, and we will say, well done, lads, good win for us, because, you know, we got through to the next game, or the next round of the Cup, which is always a good win for us. And we can start looking at where we're going to go. I say looking at where we're going to be going back. We're going to be coming back for the first league game of the season on Wednesday. We just need to get confirmation of who that first league game is going to be against, which we will hopefully get in just a second. So our first league game of the season looks like it's going to be a Wednesday night game, curiously, against Stourbridge in 18 days' time, which feels like a long way away. There's a lot of friendlies I've got booked in before then because I want to make sure I've got as many of my players fit and playing as I can. But we're going to wrap things up there. Thank you for watching, guys. I have, as always, been Chasing Laney, and I'll see you all very soon. In 2 days, in fact, hopefully. That's how that works. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell so you get a notification when that video goes up. And until next time, I have been Chasing Laney. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Have a good one.